In this question, we're given a diagram which shows a solid shape. The shape is a cone on top of a hemisphere. We're told that the height of the cone is equal to 10 centimeters. The base of the cone has a diameter of 6 centimeters, and the hemisphere also has a diameter of 6 centimeters. We're told that the total volume of the shape is equal to k pi centimeters cubed, and we need to work out the value of k. We can find the total volume of the shape by finding the volume of the cone, and then finding the volume of the hemisphere and adding these two values together. Let's start by finding the volume of the cone. Now looking at the formula given to us in the top right corner, we're told that the volume of a cone is equal to 1/3 pi r squared multiplied by the height. Well, let's look at the information that we know. Well, we know that the diameter of the cone is equal to 6 centimeters, and so to find the radius, we do the diameter divided by 2, and so we can find that the radius of the cone is equal to 3 centimeters. And now using the fact that the volume of the cone is 1/3 pi r squared h, we can say that 1/3 pi r squared h is equal to 1/3 pi multiplied by 3 squared multiplied by 10, because we know that the height of the cone is 10 centimeters. Well, now let's simplify this. Well, 1/3 pi r squared multiplied by 10 is the same as saying 9 times 10 times pi, all divided by 3, because 3 squared is equal to 9. Then we're left with 90 over 3 pi, which we can simplify and say is equal to 30 pi. And so we've found that the volume of the cone is equal to 30 pi centimeters cubed. Now let's move on to finding the volume of the hemisphere. Well, we know that a hemisphere is half of a sphere. We're told that the volume of a sphere is 4 over 3 pi r cubed. And so we can say that the volume of a hemisphere is this formula divided by 2. And so 4 over 3 pi r cubed divided by 2 would be equal to 4 over 6 pi r cubed. Now let's substitute our values in to this formula. We know that the radius is equal to 3, and so we can say that 4 over 6 pi r cubed is equal to 4 over 6 pi multiplied by 3 cubed. 3 cubed is equal to 27, and so we're left with 4 multiplied by 27 multiplied by pi, all divided by 6, which we can simplify into 108 over 6 pi, which we can say is equal to 18 pi. And so we've found that the volume of the hemisphere is equal to 18 pi. Well, we've found the volume of the cone and the volume of the hemisphere, and so to find the total volume of the shape, we want to add these two values together. And so the total volume would be equal to 30 pi plus 18 pi, which is equal to 48 pi centimeters cubed. We're told that the volume of the shape is equal to k pi centimeters cubed, and so we can now say that k is equal to 48, which we can write down in our answer box. Now this question is worth 4 marks. We get the first mark for an attempt to find the volume of the cone, and for finding that the volume of the cone is equal to 30 pi. We get the second mark for an attempt to find the volume of the hemisphere, and for finding that the volume of the hemisphere is equal to 18 pi. Now we get the third mark for finding the total volume by adding these two values together, and so we found that the total volume would be equal to 30 pi plus 18 pi, which is 48 pi centimeters cubed. And we get the fourth and final mark for finding that k is equal to 48, and for writing this down in our answer box below. And so we've now achieved the full 4 marks needed in this question.